Oh, but Ludi, he never finished his campaign, bro.
That's you right there, okay? And you know who this is? This is me finishing my Russia campaign as promised, because we have the like goal reached. Just like I finish all of my campaigns, okay? You be quiet now. Hey, you know what? If we also get 6,300 likes, we're gonna start a brand new campaign as the Austrians, where we're gonna form a super Germany in record time. And if you enjoy the content, consider subscribing. Would really encourage me to make more videos like these in the future. And now let's dig into this amazing Roskos Kaskabalskobus. That's how you say Russia campaign in Russian, trust me, bro. So to give it a little bit of an overview, we've got a lot of puppets around the world. I mean, we've got in Africa, we got most of South America, we got pretty much all of Asia with the exception of India and Persia and so on. We also have a pretty decent technology situation. We're still working on it, a lot better than what we started with. Once we have conveyor belts and electric arc processes, our economy is quite literally going to double, because right now we are in the process of electrifying our entire country. We're going full on electric grid. Politic wise, we are doing so. I have some laws I need to change around, like I need to get proportional taxation, because I need to start getting the dividends tax rate. Right now, not having the dividends tax rate is killing me. I'm losing out on a lot of money because of it, but it do be like that sometimes. Another major issue is that I don't really have that much rubber and oil. Oil is not a big deal because I'm working on it. I'm starting to get my own oil rigs all around the country because we discovered a lot of oil in the Russian bits, but rubber is an issue. So now there's a lot of potential for rubber in my colonies, or better yet, puppets. So I'm going to be integrating these puppets that I have that would potentially allow me to build these rubber plantations. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to annex these guys first and start pumping out as many rubber plantations as we can over here. Foreign policies, well, the Austrians have done what the Germans couldn't do, so that's pretty pepe, guys. We're not seeing Germany today. We might see Austria-Hungary form super Germany, which I'm not totally against. I mean, as long as I see Germany on the map, I'm happy with it, I guess, right? That being said, we do have San Marco for some reason here, and they're not a part of Italy, so there's that going on there. Tripoli is free, and I really mean free. They have a defensive pact with the Egyptians and with San Marco, and they are in San Marco's customs union, so I'm going to be making them a puppet. I'm also going to be making the Egyptians a puppet when the truce is over. I need to do a war with the French, because in the last war against Egypt, the Egyptians cucked me by giving treaty port to the French in Sinai, the province for which I declared my war. So essentially, even though I won the war, I kind of lost it because I didn't get what I wanted to get, right? I actually have pretty good relations with the French, but I really need to take that treaty port. So I'm going to have to start lowering the relations. We have 60 amicable, bro. That is going to be a massive issue to handle then. Oh, fingers crossed we managed to lower the relations a little bit quicker. We also need to start getting some automobiles production going. So I'm going to change one of my motor industries here to produce automobiles. We have the one inside of doing so already, but I feel like we need to get more of those. And actually, we need to get in general more motor industries. So I'm going to start building up another 51 factories somewhere where we have a lot of population. Speaking of population, despite having a lot of population at the start of the campaign, we're actually on the minus. I mean, we're not on the minus, but we're kind of struggling with population now. It's not so easy fighting states that have 100,000+ pops anymore. Oh, there you go. Smolensk has. So let's get 51 motor industries in Smolensk then. And let's send our brave soldiers to wipe out the Gazans. Now, I have to say that I need to redo my army composition because it's freaking 1890s. This is not a good one for 1890s. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get, say, a good 15 more artillery pieces and another 20 infantry. Lancers, I can say get another 10 of them. That should be enough for now. So the thing is, guys, when you have your army composition, the main force should be your infantry. Obviously, you should have more infantry than you have artillery and cavalry combined. But then you need to realize that cavalry might not be so bad, but the problem is that they are very expensive to upkeep. So the upkeep for cavalry is 2 iron, grain, and 2 small arms, whilst the upkeep for artillery is significantly less. It's just artillery for now. We're going to upgrade to shrapnel artillery soon, and that's going to double the values. And when we do upgrade to shrapnel artillery, it kind of makes the cavalry useless. So we might downgrade to just 10 lancers until we upgrade these bad boys to light tanks again, which makes them useful again, but that's very later down the line. We haven't really been focusing on our military too much in this campaign because we're pretty strong as it is, and we just have been throwing bodies at our enemies more than anything else. But we will start researching technology stuff because a lot of nations have started switching to trench infantry now. I think the French have trench. Let me just double check on that. So they have shrapnel artillery. Yes, I'm assuming French as well. well. 6th French Army. Let's see what this is like. No, they don't actually. They still have skirmishers. Okay, so they have skirmishers and shrapnel. That's not too bad. They don't have a good army composition too, which means that they're going to get organization debuffs from having too many artillery and cavalry compared to the amount of infantry that they have. Electricity is an issue though, boys, so I think I'm going to have to manually be going around every single one of my bigger states and switching production methods to the best production method that I have, which in turn allows me to get more efficiency from my production methods, or better yet from my factories or whatever. Look at this, for example. We have 20 power plants in Perm, but that might be a little bit of an overkill. I think we built a little bit too many. I was expecting Perm to need a lot more electricity than it has. It's fine though. Eventually we'll make this work. We will make sure that we have a little bit of migrants going into Perm as well. Since Perm is one of our main states here, we even have 60 oil rigs possible in Perm. So we're going to queue up another, say, 8 for now. And as we increase the demand of oil, we're going to increase the production of oil as well at the same time. Oh, we discovered oil in Saratov also. Holy mother, bro. Like, we have oil everywhere in our country. It's insane. Look at this. We scroll down over here. We have oil rigs in half the country discovered already. Half the literal country, man. Okay, let's see what my infamy is at. 73. Not so bad. Not so bad. We have a pretty decent DK for infamy. So after we integrate Gaza and Ecuador, we need to integrate these two for the rubber, right? As I said earlier. After we integrate these two, we're gonna stop with our expansion for a tiny little bit of time, I guess. Oh, we managed to get stable power supply. We're gonna go for the 6K progress on steam turbines. How close are we to getting those actually now? We are halfway there, give or take. We could change to coal fire plants for power plants, and eventually we can lead down to oil turbines. That would be pretty good too. Yeah, let's go ahead and queue up all of the electric stuff so we have all the production methods available for when we do the full switch on over to electrical grid, which is actually happening as we speak, of course. For example, take out the city in Saratov here, right? We need 2.3k electricity. It's extremely expensive, which means we have a reduction in our steel mills production, but we have 30 power plants. So eventually we will produce enough so we don't have that shortage anymore. That's why I queued up 30 power plants before I switched on over to the electric arc process in this particular state. All the states where I have 51 steel mills, I also built 30 electrical power plants to get ready for the switch over to the electrical production. All right, now they got this, so let's queue up 12 of these bad boys. Hey, we got compulsory primary education. Hell yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and do this next. Buyashnoki donks, level 5 educationos, 62% assimilation. Hot diggity dong. Let's see what we can change here as well now. Proportional taxation, there's basically no support for that right now, unfortunately. We're gonna try and go for the free speech here so we get the extra 25% technology spread, and then afterwards we're gonna try and go towards some more liberal government principles. We're gonna try and go for parliamentary republic or presidential republic. Oh my god, 25% prestige for the next 5 years. Holy snaps. We went up now to 4,600 prestige. That's gonna keep us on first place for a while, isn't it? We've also decided not to have any wars for the foreseeable future, fix our economy, improve our economy, and we need to wait for our trench infantry. We are really far behind with trench units, so we're gonna need to queue these bad boys up actually. Telegraph and then trench works, because I'm not happy with most of the big boys actually getting trench infantry before me. I shouldn't have neglected my military part of the country as much as I did, right? I guess I have to blame the fact that I've mostly been fighting against primitives, didn't really have an actual fight with the big boys, and as such I kind of just ignored the whole military bit, as I was just throwing bodies continuously left and right. With our newly established rubber plantations, we also get now 33% extra rubber plantation throughput for 5 years from the rubber boom that we just got. Breeding and education, okay. Well, I think I'm gonna go for the interest group approval for the gentry reduction. Don't care about their approval much at all, to be fair. Oh, what? The French want to transfer French Sinai, the one I want, the one I'm reducing my relations with them for, in exchange for Herro land. Where the frack is that? Okay, let's see where that is. It's here. Herro land. Herro. Is that this one? Just 7,000 population, 0 GDP? Hell yeah, I'm giving you that, bro. Of course. Oh my god, we got all of Sinai. We don't need to damage our relations with them anymore, and we can use them in the wars against the Austrians that we're gonna have eventually. Oh my god, that means we can also build the Sinai, can we not? The Suez Canal. Yeah, boy. Yes, we can. Hell yeah, baby. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what good cooperation between friends is really all about, okay? Let's see how much of a difference the protected breach is gonna make now. Let's go over here, and we have technology spread at around 80 freaking 7, bro. What? Yeah, that does make a bit of a difference, doesn't it? Yep, it sure does make a little bit of a difference, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and also become a presidential republic now, so we go down the full democratic path, of course. We are, after all, one of the most democratic nations around the world, right? Other nations like the British and so on would only hope to be as free and enlightened as we are right now. Speaking of, they seem to be stagnating, and stagnating big time. We're also quickly catching up with the rubber production. We're the world's third leading producer of rubber after the Brits and their colony, apparently, British Congo. So this is right now the only good that we are not leading by a huge amount compared to everybody else. Also need to pay more attention and start queuing up more stuff because I'm building shit super fast. I need to have a longer queue. Alright, queue up is maximum. Let's finally annex Manchuria because I've said I'm gonna annex them for a while now. I kind of forgot twice to annex them, to be honest. But hey, now we have 50 infamy, so it's okay to annex them, I guess. Wait, what? They went up to 44 units? Did they just instantly recruit 16 units from conscripts? I think that's what happened, isn't it? Now, obviously, the reason we want to do this, integrate them, is because these are some of the best states around. South Manchuria, for example, is coal, iron, lead, logging camps, silk, and 9 million population. So this would be essentially a secondary Beijing, like the one I got earlier on in the campaign. Oh, we also have lead mines. My bad. Even better, because that means we can make this an absolute industrial powerhouse of a state once we get it. So we should have probably annexed this like 50 years ago. I don't know why I didn't do it. I sometimes, because like, you know, I don't 100% focus on the game. I forget things. Then I remind myself about things and I remember. Then I forget again when I think like, oh, I should puppet that random nation in the middle of Africa because it looks nice to have. And then, yeah, that's basically the story of this entire playthrough, really. Obviously, the first step is to just integrate all of these newly conquered provinces. Look at that, 2,000 bureaucracy to incorporate South Manchuria. Holy mother of God. Worth it, though. It's 100% worth it. Now, look at what I'm going to do with this state, right? So, I'm going to start queuing up a lot of mines first and foremost. Let's say go for 51 iron mines, another 51 coal mines, some lead mines as well. It does have the population to support all the way up to 45 lead mines. We're going to need a lot of railway transport as well, so let's queue up 20 railway transport. And now because we have iron mines, coal mines, lead mines, logging camps, and all that schnaps, we can queue up the basic stuff. So we can start with some tooling workshops, 50 of these bad boys, followed up by some steel mills, because steel essentially requires tools, coal, iron, which we have right over here, of course. So we're going to queue up 51 of these bad boys. And let's not forget also the motor industries, another 51 of these bad boys. Now I'm kind of thinking maybe I don't have enough population because I've queued up a lot of schnaps, but fingers crossed I do have enough population, okay? Having lead also means that we can queue up some glass works, which intakes lead and dye. So we could say queue up 51 glass works and then another 51 synthetic plants. Probably not gonna need that many though, so let's just queue up 21 synthetic plants for now. Let's leave it like this. I feel like this would be a model state from which all the other states can take a little bit of reference from, if I may say so. We're gonna queue up more stuff, but this is just the initial stuff that we want to have in the state for now. Something very similar in northern Manchuria, but at a smaller scale and without the glass work, because we don't have the lead production in here, and there's less production of iron and coal, plus significantly less population, only 3.4 million. So we're gonna say do the same like the other one, but 20% of what's in the other one. And notice how I haven't done the electrical bits just yet. I'm gonna queue up 20 electrical power plants for now. I will eventually need to switch all of this to electrical, so I'm gonna need probably like 50 power plants overall. The difference in northern Manchuria though is that we have up to 34 logging camps. So northern Manchuria actually is probably a really good candidate for construction sectors, which I haven't been building in a really long time. Yeah, we have to increase the amount of construction sectors too. We have kind of not built any for a really long time, which is actually an issue. So let's queue up, say, I don't know, 25 in southern Manchuria, since we have so much population there, right? I know if I was really try-harding and so on, by this point in the campaign, I should have 20,000 construction sectors, not 2,000. But I'm also just trying to chill at the same time, you know, and have fun. Not super sweatiness, hardly schnagadoobsy. If you want to see a super sweaty run, my Ching spring run is the one that I'm really sweating in right there. You'll see. I'm making one exception, and I am at war with Sichuan, since Sichuan has really important stuff here. They've got sulfur mines. I'm really lacking in sulfur. I need to get these sulfur mines and upgrade them to maximum. The sooner the better. Plus they also have a lot of opium that I need as well. So opium and sulfur is literally the reasons why I'm annexing this particular puppet. Okay, let's see how much it's gonna cost. Oh my god, dude, 3,000 to incorporate this. I mean, it's gotta be done though. It's gotta be done. This actually pisses the shit out of me. We have a Manchu uprising, but the uprising includes the lands that have been a part of our country since the start of the freaking campaign, man. Why the hell did these areas rebel? I mean, it's not like these Manchus had any freaking issues before this, bro. What the hell, man? I know that they're Manchu homelands and shit, but they've been ours for hundreds of years. No reason for this to rebel. This is so stupid. Oh, did we just change our flag to modern Russian flag? Hot damn. Are we modern Russia, boys? All right, that's it. Time to rig the elections. Oh, who said that? That would never happen in our country. You know, I was talking about this on my latest stream about how in my country, Romania, a very interesting thing was happening. I'm not sure if it still happens today, but when I was growing up, dead people used to vote. That's right. People that were dead apparently voted for the people that won the elections. It's a mystery. Nobody knows. Clearly, there's some necromancy involved there, right? But I heard it's common all over Eastern Europe, not just in my country. All right, there you go. Back into the fold. Yes, scumbags. Now we gotta incorporate these two areas again, which is really mega annoying, to be honest. We lost a lot of progress right there. And of course, the freaking AI deleted building. I hate this game sometimes. It's not normal for AI to be able to delete buildings when they rebel, okay? They should be allowed to delete buildings after, if they won the rebellion, in my opinion. Oh man, a world to win. The labor unions want us to concede something. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking to just say, go F yourself. But I'm actually gonna give regulatory bodies in their labor right. Why not? Let's actually be a little bit more of an inclusive society, shall we? I feel like that might help us out in the long run, right? I was also kind of pushed to go for migration control because we had a lot of people demanding it. So because there's so much demand for it, it's going to voting phase instantly. I'm not really cool with migration control, but then again, I don't really care about migrants too much since I have so much population. I can just annex from my subjects if I need to have extra population, right? So I don't need to rely on population. So I guess migration control doesn't make too much of a difference as consequence. Ooh, the Americans have ein Revolutionensteiner. Well, I think I'm gonna support the good guys. I'm gonna support some guys here. One of these sides, randomly I'm choosing one of these sides to support. Just randomly choosing. Actually, you know what? Change of plans. Since they're both busy fighting each other, why don't I just go ahead and take that little old schnappeldoop Californian lance that I always wanted to have as a Christmas gift, eh? Merry Christmas, everyone. Bro, you guys also have freaking... What the hell is going on in the freaking New World, brother? What the hell, man? Oh, of course, the Californians gave up. A lot of big talk in this part of the world. A lot of... Oh, we can do this, we can do that. But end of the day, they all be scared of the mighty gulags, okay? That's what it's about, boys. When the Russian come calling, you don't answer, you might end up in the gulag. Just saying. Just saying. Of course, poor laws is also getting voted and advancing insanely fast. Anything that gives the people free shit is gonna be passing fast. Stuff that helps the country, it's gonna be an actual freaking struggle, isn't it? No. No, you freaking scumbag. Oh my god, are you kidding me right now? Namaqualand. What the freaking... Where is this? Don't tell me this is one of my rubber plantations. It's got to be one of my rubber plantations. Oh, boy. Oh, we're going to be losing this. 33... Yeah, that's one of my good colonies, isn't it? Yes, it is, man. Oh, this is disgusting, bro. I got to give it to them. 14 infamy is way too much right now. I'm on the edge here. I've got 77 infamy. That would put me over too much. That sucks balls. That actually sucks balls. I hate that freaking event. That's one of the worst events possible, in my opinion. Gotta say also, I'm seeing a lot of fascist nations appearing all around me. That is a very worrisome trend, in my opinion, you know? Ugh, laws for the poor. Ew. No, but seriously though, this is not as bad as it seems. Sure, we're paying 12,000 in welfare payment, but it's not that bad. 12,000 is nothing in the grand scheme of things. The good part though is that we get political strength when receiving welfare, a reduction for the pops. So getting this up to level 5, or at least just getting it up a little bit more, might might not be the worst thing, you know, as long as we can afford it, of course. Also gonna try to get proportional taxation. There's a lot of opposition from my ruling party, but not enough to start a revolution. However, it does mean that we have very low success chance, so it's gonna take a little bit of time for us to pass this legislation. It will essentially double our income when we do so, because we get a lot of those dividends taxes that we're not getting right now. This is something you should pass in the 1875, 1880s. So I kind of had a little bit of bad luck. Also, I was kind of watching Shameless on Netflix and I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest with you as well. But that's aside from the point, okay? Wait, what? Since when is the freaking Ainu Mosir here independent? I'm not complaining. I'm actually going to just go ahead and colonize the schnapps out of that thing. Thank you very much. Holy shit, Transvaal's got 11 gold mines, 104 coal, and 60 iron mines. Oh my god, how did I not freaking see this, man? Dude, these guys are getting so much support. 17 million people backing them up. Well, I would get 17 million more loyalists if I enacted this. Yeah, I'm gonna go for this. I just need them to give me a little bit of time to get proportional taxation. We might fail this though. We had 2 setbacks already, so we're literally on hanging by a thread when it comes to that particular legislation, aren't we? We got so lucky we actually managed to get over to study phase. Come on, man. Fingers crossed. We got this, boys. Please, we got this. Really, please, we got this. Let's also crest some more separatists. We seem to be getting a massive amount of freaking separatists all around the world here. And I just realized I have way too much support for the industrialists. I need to curb their support a little bit more so I can get them out of the government. Well, I don't want to necessarily get them out of the government, but I need them to share power so we can pass certain legislation that they don't necessarily fancy too much. Like this one, like proportional taxation, right? The industrialists obviously hate proportional taxation because it means that they will be paying dividends tax, and they are the capitalists. Most industrialists are basically the capitalists. So yeah, you know, dude, are you snapping me right now? Crimeans are trying to secede too, brother. Come on, at least, you know, try and secede if you have any sort of a chance of succeeding. But you're not gonna have any sort of chance here, are you, Crimea? You might as well just Crimea River, hey? Oh my god, voting phase even. We might even get this, boyos. Another little thing that I have some beef with is the fact that whenever there's a revolution happening, it's almost always the same freaking states that are going to be seceding. So if I was to enact old age pension, I get rebellions in the same areas as if I was to get if I didn't enact it. So the same people would rebel whether I enact it or I don't enact. So what the hell is this about, bro? Make up your freaking mind, population. I mean, look at this. It's literally the industrial heartland of our country that's rebelling, and these are supposedly the peasants. Where is the peasants coming from, man? This is all industry here. I love how I have like 10 separate states with 51 steel factories in them, and I still have a massive demand for it, and it's still ridiculously expensive. Okay, in this case, it's probably because we don't have enough people employed here, isn't it? Yeah. Can you imagine? I almost have 50 railways in southern Manchuria, and I still can build some more. I mean, what the hell, man? Siberian seceding. Where is this? Sakhalin. Oh my god. So Sakhalin's gonna secede, and let me guess, it's gonna take half of the freaking country with them, isn't it? Even the ones that have been a part of the country for 1,000 freaking years. And I know that's an exaggeration. Don't think about it too much. Oh, we're up to 4 million now. GDP. I mean, 4 million income on medium taxation. So that's pretty decent. Man, they really don't want to see proportional taxation passed, do they? I'm also going to do something that I should have done a while back. I'm going to be disbanding all of my soldiers that are in the states where I need more population. So these guys can go back and, you know, be regular pops that I can use for my industry. One of these is in Moscow. I'm lacking population and I need the pop, so I'm going to be disbanding all the units that are basically from Moscow, and as such I'm also going to be recruiting new units from the areas that have extra population like Beijing and so on. So essentially what I'm saying is 90% of my army is going to be from China. That's pretty much how it's going to be right now. And since we are talking about armies, I'm also going to do something else. I'm going to go to mobilization and I'm going to activate extra rations for all the armies, and then luxurious rations even if I don't need it. You know why? Here's why. This is going to increase the upkeep of these units. The upkeep means that these particular trade goods are going to be in higher demand as consequence, and I'm already producing a fuck ton of every single thing here. So me doing this is basically just essentially making my economy require more of these trade goods, and as such the price goes up for this, and I'm actually gaining money by having these activated in all of my army groups. Point in case, opium was significantly lower before me activating that, so now that I've activated activated it, it's already increased by quite a little bit, and it's gonna continue to go up the more units I activate the schnapps for. Oh, dude, we were so close. We were in the voting phase, man. Come on. Finally, we managed to get trench work, so that's good for two reasons. Now we can actually start attacking other nations again because we have the same tech as them, and second reason is that now we can also do this for the livestock ranches. We can go for the barbed wire fence. Now let's go ahead and upgrade all of our units to trench infantry, and let's also get some more shrapnel for that matter. We should have 100 infantry, 50 or even 75 shrapnel, and 10 to 15 cavalry. I guess for now that would be the most optimal army composition. And we just colonized Sakhalin. Let's make it an incorporated state now. Let's add up 2 more ports for now. I'd say should be enough to get the extra infrastructure that we need in here. Ooh, I need to check something. Let's see. Okay, so it seems like they have actual African sprites. I was wondering if they have like a generic thing or if it's different from every area to every area. So I guess it is a little bit different from area to area. I like to see that. Considering that they added the sprites, you know, like as a free DLC and everything, or a free patch, better yet, it's a pretty good thing to see, honestly, because they could have just done a bad job and it could have been like a generic thing. But the fact that they took the extra time to add like different looking units is a pretty unique little schnappledoops. The last monarchist, meaning we lose a lot of pro-monarchy specific ideologies for the gentry assembly, or we don't. It's our choice. But we can also lower their influence, their strength for 5 years. I'm gonna go ahead and lose all of those royalist ideologists. We don't have space for royalists in our country, do we now? No, we don't. Ugh, pension for the elderly. Worst part is that we get workforce ratio -1%, so meh. The pains of becoming a democratic nation, am I right? Wait a second, I just noticed. Once you have trench infantry, you actually see the trenches on the map itself. What? That's awesome, dude. Alright, we're definitely on the right way now. So, we've spent the last few years essentially gobbling up as much plantations, rubber plantations, as we could possibly get, since we need all of those rubber plantations. We're still having a massive deficit of rubber. Let's go ahead and get our next company here. I never knew this one even existed. Suez Canal Company offers trade center and shipyards throughput and a flat 50,000. What? Yeah, I'm not gonna go for that though. This one's interesting. So this offers rubber plantation throughput plus 20%. Ooh, maybe I should go for that. But then this one as well. Kaiping Mining Company, 10% tech spread and throughput for coal mines and railways. Dude, how are these companies? These are actually insane companies right here, literally insane companies. If I was to make more money, I wager that getting the combined Russian textile company or the home goods combine of Saratov would actually end up giving me more income. But I'm actually gonna go for the rubber one simply because I'm so struggling with my rubber plantations. That extra 20% throughput is gonna come in massive handy for me here, boys. We have 200 freaking rubber plantations and we're like lacking how many? Let's see. We pushed for malaria prevention. We rushed for the African bits, and we of course also borrowed a few African provinces from some other colonial nations that didn't really need them anymore. Okay, they said they don't want them anymore, so we were nice enough to hand them over to ourselves, you know. That being said, our standard of living as such is pretty decent too, a 15.8 and rising now, but I have a few issues. Mainly I am getting a lot of support for Council Republic. I mean a lot of support for Council Republic, and I'm even getting agitators and everything, so we might be forced to go Soviet, guys. I don't want to. Trust me, I don't, okay? This is not my choice here. This is just me kind of not having a choice or having to go to war. Let's see how it ends up. I'll try to delay it for as long as possible, but the labor unions seem to have a little bit of sway in my land. And of course, not a day goes by without Beijing requiring even more railways. I mean, I might as well just queue up, what, 5 more, I guess? We're almost using up all of the population here, which is insane. We have a ton of pops and we're almost using all of them. We have 60 power plants, which are not even at full capacity. We are slowly switching over all of our buildings to use up that electricity though. And look at that, exactly what I was saying in the early part of the campaign. Getting the Middle Eastern provinces is going to help out in the later bit, because we are building 14 oil rigs in Oman alone and another 20 more in Yemen. Holy shit, that's a lot of oil right here. Okay, we got a little bit of an extra queue now, so so we don't need to worry about not building buildings at any point in time. And I'm gonna continue to try and improve my standard of living more whilst I chill for a bit more. I need to wait till my infamy is a little bit lower so I can start continuing expanding into Africa. Might need to do a couple of wars against what's left of the natives around there, or even have to attack Portugal, since Portugal has a big chunk that's basically dividing my northern and my southern provinces in southeast Africa, right? Oh boy. Call for women's suffrage. So we have pretty much everybody opposing this, including our strongest interest group, the industrialists, are opposing this, but we have some support for this from the trade unions, which are in our government right now. Holy shit, look how fast we're going, man. Literally 20 something days to get one province in Africa. That is ridiculous. Obviously this is because we got rid of the malaria debuff from the getting the technology, right? And what's going on here? There seems to be a little bit of a war in this particular part of the world. England against who? England against Nagpur. Oh shit, okay, I don't care about that area. Oh, Peru, Bolivia, how bold of you. You get it? You get it? Bold of you? Literally explains why I have no friends, doesn't it? And now we got a freaking agitator for workers' protection. Oh man. 10 million loyalists if we enact this, bro. That seems like bait right there, like actual freaking bait. Same for the Council Republic. 10 million loyalists if we enact that. No. I'm good for now if I can hold it off. I feel like they should add some sort of synthetic rubber technology that you can, in the later part of the campaign, build rubber somehow, because the lack of rubber is so freaking insane. It's just, I hate it, man. I hate how much rubber is in demand in the late part of the campaign, and there's like literally none of it anywhere. Wait a second. Did we just get a freaking, when did we just get a freaking trade unions guy in charge? Pretty sure we had an industrialist. This explains why we have so much support for feminism and for women's suffrage and for union. Maybe we could technically pass Council Republic then. Oh snaps, our colonies merged all the way from west to east Africa, yo. That's so cool. We have an actual connection now. Time to also bring enlightenment to yet another Ethiopian land. Let's see, are they gonna back down, or are they gonna let us ravage their lands? What's it gonna be, Hobio? Or sorry, Kafa? Are you gonna be coughing up the lands? Ha! Oh yeah, look at this, guys. Look at that. We actually have trench units, and the artillery also changed because it is shrapnel artillery, right? So it literally looks like the shrapnel artillery. So when I change to the other one, it's gonna look like the other one. That is so freaking awesome, man. Well, they braved it out and they decided to fight me, but that was clearly a mistake. Okay, I think we can also attempt to get women's suffrage here. So we start with 51% success chance. This is a guarantee almost to pass then. Whoa there, buddy. California's got a better standard of living than my entire country. I don't think I'm cool with that, okay? I think that might need some changing right there. But before we do that, we're gonna be annexing Afghanistan, so we pump them up full of opium plantations. I was spot on with the women's suffrage. Look at that. We went to study after just one tick. We didn't even have any sort of a debate there. And hey, look at that, boys. We went up to 1 billionium. GDP is finally, you know, in the release version of Victoria 3, we could get a billion in 1870s as the Russians. Things have gotten a lot more nerfed though since then, but I think if we min-max the shit out of it, we can probably still get by 1880, 1879 as Qing maybe, or as the French if we do a lot of expansion early on. Probably the French even easier in my opinion. Hey, finally we discovered oil in Nisht as expected. Now let's pump these bad boys full of oil. Hopefully we get some immigrants here to work these oil rigs now. You guys still fighting with your turbines? I guess they are. Your boys don't have the awesome technology that we have of, you know, sitting inside mud trenches, huh? Peak technology right there, peak. Thank Schnitzeldorf, we have an extra 15% workforce ratio now and 33% dependent enfranchisement, which means we're definitely on our way towards a more equal and modern society, as I like to say. That being said, we might as well go for Council Republic, right? I don't know. I've been really struggling if I should go Soviet or not. I haven't had a run in which I stayed as an actual democracy, right? With the Russian flag and everything. I wish I was doing this live so you guys could tell me your opinions about it. Oh, we can bring the peasants as well into this government. Awesome. So we have the Anarchist Society of Intelligentsia and Rural Folk, and we have the trade unions of the Menshevik Party. Oh, we have the All-Russian Fascist Party as well. Okay, we need to make sure those guys stay away from our government, don't we? Oh my god, now there's 47% support for this and 41 against it. Oh, boys. I'm also trying to lower the influence of the industrialists still, because they were basically in charge of my country for a very long time, right? So it's not that easy to completely oust them from my government. Now, we're also 7th in the world when it comes to our standard of living. The Belgians having the greatest standard of living. That is actually surprising. The Swiss right above us. Why is it that in every single one of my campaigns, the Swiss are literally one ahead of... When I did my Romania campaign, the Swiss were the ones I was trying to beat the whole campaign. I did eventually, though, so keep that in mind. Oh, no, I'm wrong. We can actually get more silk plantations here. Let's max the shit out of this then. Fuck it, man. Another 62 silk plantations should be more than enough to fill our demands, right? One thing I'm always going to be needing, though, is engines. And no matter how many freaking engines I build, I still have massive shortages of engines everywhere. It's insane, man. There you go. Another 102 engine factories. Maybe it's going to be enough, or maybe I should build another 51 here somewhere. Yeah, screw it. Let's build another 51 in Brest. Now, these lands need to be properly incorporated. That means we're going to be on the minus with our bureaucracy, so we need to build more bureaucratic buildings now, or we can switch more of these to telephones, but I'm not sure how many I have on the market right now. Yeah, I think I have a little bit of a shortage of telephones, so let's just build a few regular ones here. Wait a second. Only 16 infamy to get the sick empire. Hails to the I'm getting that, boys. What? Britain is so scared of me at this point that they are not even close to freaking trying to join in against us. Right, they view us as conciliatory. That's what exactly a bunch of wussies would say if you ask me. So weird to see that San Marco has not yet been conquered by the Italians. Like, this is 6 million population and 26 million GDP that they're missing out on, bro. How much GDP? Italy has less freaking GDP than San Marco does. What? How? Ooh, we are fighting the trench units. Yeah, they having the Trenchensteiners. Yeah. Looks to me like we need to advance our units and we need to get the ultimate Chad Lords, the mechanized Chads. So we're going to be pushing for that next, I guess. Well, I kind of want to finish first my production tech. After the production tech, we're going to rush for the military stuff, I guess. Another day, another rebellion that's going to fail to defeat us. Also, guys, I want to show you something. So the upgraded version of the Ironclads is the Dreadnoughts, right? But here's a problem. The Ironclads cannot be upgraded to Dreadnoughts as the unit type is extremely different. So what we need to do is we need to delete all of our Ironclads and we need to build some actual freaking Dreadnoughts. And same thing goes for the torpedo boats. They cannot be upgraded to the scout cruisers as they are very different. So we have to delete these as well and build some scout cruisers in exchange. Holy shit, Afghanistan had so many coal mines. Jesus Christ, that is disgusting. Look at that. Look at that, guys. 100% support for electing Council Republic from the get-go. So that means this is going to pass in 3 ticks. Oh, man. Do we really want to go commie, dude? Okay, screw it. We'll do it. Take note, we lost most of our interests because we essentially disbanded all of our fleet. So until we recruit those ships back, we got no interest around the world. Bro, I literally just got back to 1 million positive income. If we do pass Council Republic, the first thing that's going to happen is my economy is going to tank and I'm going to have to redo my economy. Oh, it's going to be a freaking pain to do, isn't it? 100% is going to be a freaking pain. Prestige from naval power projection? Sure, let's go for that. Also take note, we have 62 million loyalists and only 6 million radicals. Again, something that's going to change drastically for sure once we go to Council Republic. Oh my god, they just discovered rubber in North Madagascar. Hallelujah. Skibbity booyah. Where my rubber at? Yo. 16 of them? Hell yeah, baby. Holy cannoli, bro. We literally have 1 billion GDP more than the second great power right after us. That is just ridiculous. And remember, we got almost doubled our GDP the second that we started gunning for the rubber and we changed over to the full electric production methods. That was the thing that changed everything, really. So electricity is the way to go in this game, that's for sure. Also, we seem to be doing pretty good here. 17.5. Did we take over the Swiss? We did, actually. So what? Venezuela's next? You guys seem like you need an overlord, don't you? Oh, they have a defensive alliance with the Brazilians and an alliance with Grenada. Maybe I can attack them both. Let's see. It's not a priority, though. It's definitely not a priority right now. I'm sorry, what? We formed the what party now? I don't think these guys should be in our government, okay? I think these guys might be a little bit more dangerous than they look, which is why I'm enacting Council Republic. The duality of the Ludi, guys. All right, no more shenanigans. Give me your subjects in Africa, Portugal. Give me all your subjects now. It's cheaper to just transfer subject than it is to take lands, apparently. So that's what I'm going for. Portuguese Congo as well. Yeah, sure. Give me both your subjects and give me war reparations whilst you add it as well. Dude, if we went to full-on taxation, we would get 7 freaking million. What? Yep, yeah, we don't need that. We don't need that just yet. Oh, so now units are transporting themselves with the train across the map. Ooh, that reflects to the fact that we have train stations now, right? I guess so. And they got off of the train where we don't have railways anymore, and they started walking where we don't have railways. That really shows that the paradox is they paid a ton of attention to details with the sprites that they added, right? Give me all your colony, colony, colony. Give me all your colony, Portugal, I want it. In case you didn't know, if you sing that, whilst you sing that, you get an extra 5 PP, just saying. And we are now a Council Republic, everybody. So things have changed since I last formed the Soviet Union. Even command economy and everything has changed. So that's good. It's a good thing that I formed the Soviet Union, because there's a few things we need to explore then. Technically, because we don't have command economy and we don't have a single party state, we are the Soviet Union, but we're kind of a capitalist Soviet Union, which is really strange, but I guess it makes sense. What the schnapps? Kiev just went up by 600,000 population. When? What the hell is going on here? 8.2 million pops in Kiev alone. Dude, what on earth is this? Well, that means we have enough population to build more stuff in here, so let's get our basic industry going in here, shall we? I guess we can do furniture manufactories as well. Hell yeah, let's get 51 of these bad boys in here, and let's get 51 steel mills too, since I feel like Kiev does have the population to handle both of these and more after. And guess what, boys? We have a ton more rubber plantations we can do now from all the newly colonized areas. So it's barely just 1925, and we already have 142 million loyalists, 1.8 billion GDP. The second after us, the Brits, are at 301 million. So the difference is there, and we are at 19.2 standard of living. So we're 4th right now in the world. The freaking Swiss are ahead of us again. Come on, Switzerland, stop it! Stop it right now! But most importantly, we passed most of the best legislation that we needed to pass. Our main issues now are, I think, mostly shortages with silk and a little bit of electricity here and there. Yep, like this one here. So let's see if we can fix that quickly by switching to oil fire plants. Still doesn't look like it. We probably need to build a couple more in here. Obviously, the things have changed when it comes to our shortages. Oil is the #1 shortage compared to before when it was rubber. But we're building everything, not to fear, including textile mills, so we can get all those clothing out there. I do have to say I've learned a lot from this particular run. First off, I need to be a lot more aggressive in the early part of the campaign when it comes to getting puppets all around the world, and I will not lower the autonomy. Instead of wasting my infamy in doing that, instead I can continue to get more puppets and integrate them after, say, 2 decades or so. Otherwise, if you wait for too long, they're gonna get very big as consequence. Also, passing legislation earlier is a lot easier in the campaign. If we do the switcheroo with the air, which has market liberal, and I should definitely rush more for Africa. I know I said I'm gonna rush for Africa, but I need to rush even more. It's unbelievable how much rubber shortages cucked me in the mid part of the campaign. Well, not mid, but early 1900s, let's say. That's why I had to do all of those sneaky wars in Africa to grab everybody else's colonies, right? Also, one thing I probably will do in the next run when I play as the Soviets or Russians is I'm gonna rush for China earlier as well, because they've grown a lot and they have a lot of really awesome states in here, like the ones I've developed like crazy over here, right? I mean, to put this into perspective, I've got 50 million GDP in South Manchuria, 85 million GDP in Beijing alone. Look at that, 85 million. How many countries have 85 million? That means I got more GDP in Beijing than the entirety of China, Prussia, Spain, Canada have. What the F, man? That is just in one single freaking state. After relentless, continuous conquest, we've got all of South America, most of Africa, Asia, and we've reached insane amounts of economy, with our GDP being 20 times bigger than everybody else's combined. That is just stupid if you ask me, brother, okay? But hey, if you enjoyed this run, you're gonna love my Austria one once we get that like goal, eh? And don't forget to also subscribe. It would really encourage me to make more videos like these in the future. Until the next time, check out this awesome Japan run. And I want to give a massive thank you to all of my patrons, channel members, and Twitch subscribers. I would not be able to do this without all your support.